Hey everybody, how's it going? Nick here. I was told by one of my students that there is some problem with the material, right, for the decals. So I'm gonna run you through the setup. So because you cannot download it anymore, it seems. So I'm just gonna run you through the setup of the actual material that I have, so that you can copy it and yeah. So let's see the subset and the info. So here's the thing though. The info is really simple, as in god, parent, there it is. So the info is very straightforward. Like, you don't need to go crazy. Important parts is that you don't plug in the normal, right? Because when you don't plug in the normal, it will pick up the normal from underneath. So if you need to, for example, have like something like a text on a glass, you will have to either put something behind it that is another material, or make another master material that is identical, but just plug in a flat normal in here. So you can just look up flat and normal. Sorry, you look up texture sample, and then that texture sample, you look for flat normal, and you can pop one of these in. This is just a flat normal, so when you put it in, it's not gonna draw the normal from underneath anymore. But it will, however, make it show up. Like, it will make it show up properly. Also, you have to, you have to plug in the opacity, make sure it's only the alpha. Anyway, this is the node setup. It's super straightforward, nothing crazy. So you can copy it, have a look at it, right? I will see if I can post also these, but I doubt that, to be honest. Or at least it's better if I don't, because maybe some copyright or some shit. I don't want to end up in any trouble. So, but you can have a look at it and see how it was made. To be honest, some of this stuff is even mine, so whatever, it would count even as a different thing. But yeah, there you go. This is the whole setup. The other one, however, is a bit more complicated, because as you know, this info is subset. So as you know, it's the subset material, so this is a little more complicated. So I'm gonna do a proper show of every area so that you can, see what's going on there. So this is the setup for the parallax occlusion mapping. Reference plane will obviously goes into reference plane. I know it's a little bit chaotic slightly, but you can see it goes into reference plane. And everything else, it's the same. So this one's height map channel. The names are correct anyway, right? Then the roughness texture tiling is the only thing that goes off screen, which goes here in the roughness texture. But let's start from actually the color. So I replaced this one. You can also put a switch here if you want. You can use either a color texture, or you can just switch with a static wool. So if you really wanted to, you could call in this static switch. Put this in, promote this to a parameter. Sorry. You need to look for a static bool param. Name it, plug it in, plug this into the clamp, and now you can choose, with this static bool, whether you go for the color, solid color, or if you go for the texture. But I'm gonna revert back to what I had before. I'm just gonna move them around a little bit so you can see what's attached to what. Right, these go off screen, as you can see. I did optimize this material quite a bit, like in a newer iteration, so I will post it in my new course that I'm gonna do, which is about doing, again, everything but vanilla and optimized. So vanilla blender, no add-ons, or at least nothing like decalmachine. So vanilla workflow and optimized material as well. As I completely overhauled like a big chunk of this material, and it works a little bit differently. So remember, the roughness was from that texture tiling chord. This one is from the AO under intensity. There's the divider. See? 1 minus into the add, lerp goes into the add, the A of the add rather. There's the emissive logic. And the dynamic offset. Remember that the material, both this one and the other one, the info decals, is the third decal translucent, unless you want the info to be to show up on glass. Then in that case, again, either you put something behind it, like a solid material that is not translucent, or you make another master material with exactly the same textures, and you put that into masked instead of translucent, and you'll get opacity mask instead of opacity, which is here, see that? And then you can plug the opacity in there, but that's it. I hope it's all clear, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to join my Discord. You know, I'm usually there, like, because you know I'm either working or streaming or whatnot. So if you need anything, just hop in there, and I will help you out with whatever questions you may have about the material. In the meantime, thank you for taking the course. And oh, by the way, one important thing: you see the color texture here? Run the parallax UVs inside. I don't know why like that was not there, but you want to run the parallax UVs in there, obviously. And the same goes for the emissive, which does have it. Okay, that should be pretty much it. Yeah, this is okay because this will be just like it's fine. But for this one, you really, if you want to use actually the texture for the color, you might want to run the parallax UVs, but you will see. Depends if you want it to be tiled or if you want it to follow actually the high texture, you know. So if it's a set texture, you want to use that. If it's just a variation, no, just style it differently like we've done for the normal subset detail. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.